Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's been a week off, but we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Premier Racing League, and welcome to Season 3, Round 1, where we'll be going round the Red Bull Ring near Spielberg, Austria. Of course, we've got plenty to catch up on, and we have got lots of things to look forward to going into this season, as I'm just going to wait for this live stream. Can I post in the live stream channel? I have no idea. Where is the live stream channel? I can't see the live stream channel. Okay, it's either I'm blind or I can't see the live stream channel. I think I'm blind. PRL streams. Nope, I can't see it. I can't post it in there. That's fun. Nope. How are things going? Tired. I am just waiting to get an invite into this, and then we shall get into the recap. Because, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PRL. We had a week off. We had a week off because of good old because of the good old changeover. Of course, we're entering Season 3 here at PRL, which, of course, this will be my first full season here. Of course, I joined halfway through last season, and Thursday nights, you got me for 8 weeks straight. As while I do wait for an invite, I'm just gonna see if anybody on Xbox can invite me. I'm just gonna see if anybody on Xbox is able to invite me, because I'm gonna be honest, I cannot be bothered adding Armleth. I'm lazy. I should have really done this before stream, but heck, that's the way it goes. Anybody on Xbox able to invite me, please? Because that would be great. Oh. Thank you, J-Horse! Slatal. How there? That is a weird username, but I'm not going to judge it, because I would rather not get cancelled on Twitter. Then again, I can say what I want, because, yeah, this is my channel. So, Slatal, I guess? I hate it when EA does this, because, like, it randomly disappears. There we go. I sent one. We got it. For some reason, on console, it disappears, like, really easily. And I don't know why. Right. Once we get in, I'll be able to go through everything. As I'm going to point this out now. Yeah. Stuff happened last season. That includes Aston Martin throwing away the championship. Well done, Aston Martin. More specifically, well done, Derek, for deciding to go a bit of a spinella towards the end of last season, which gave Ferrari the championship. So, congrats to them. In fact, I'll go through the entire standings while I wait for an invite, so I don't know. What's you think? Okay, it's just I don't know. Honestly, I still find it crazy that some people have different Discord usernames to the console. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Thank you, I don't know. Right, that was clunky. That was a very clunky start. Anyways, let's get into this, shall we? So we'll go over everything that happened last season, and then what has changed going into this season. So please do bear with. As we'll start with the winners. As realistically, That's realistically. I'll try. I'll try CSR Wolf. I swear down I already have CSR Wolf added. CSR Wolf. I swear I already have him added. Ah, there we go. There we go. We should be working. Sorry but it's a bit clunky, guys. We're just up. We're just trying to figure things out as we go. Right. Hopefully I don't have to invite anybody else. Right. Let's get into this, shall we? We'll just start with the winners. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get going as it does stand with your winners from, in fact, Tier 2 statistics. We'll go with this over the last season. Well, that's all-time statistics. We don't want that. Constructor standings, that's what we want. Nope, they disappeared as well. Let me guess, it's all a foam. Yes, it is. All right, we'll start with constructors from last season. Scuderia Ferrari, that being Simon Barsafan and Nico F133, did, of course, win the championship for Scuderia Ferrari last season. A last gasp title win for the Italian outfit, who clinched the Constructors' Championship in the final round after Aston Martin decided to bottle the entire thing, despite not leading the championship at all until the final checkered flag. With 5 race wins, 5 pole positions, and 8 podiums to their name. They were your Tier 2. I just realised this is Season 4. I'm an idiot. This is Season 4. Not Season 3. I fixed the title. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, folks. This totally didn't say it was Season 3 at the start. Anyways, and then coming on to your driver's champion, that is Simon Barsafan, the man from Finland. A brilliant season from the Finnish driver who clinched a championship victory with 1 round to spare in Japan after dominating for much of the season with 5 pole positions, 5 race wins, and 8 podiums. The Ferrari man becomes the second ever Tier 2 drivers champion. And that is what happened last time. But coming into this season, there has been a lot of changes. And your driver lineups for this season goes as followed. In the Oracle Red Bull Racing team, it is Cody Olan and Mons. In Mercedes, it is Skillet and Nico F133, who moves away from the Scuderia outfit after winning the Constructors with him. However, one thing to point out, and this is probably one of the biggest things to happen here in Tier 2, in my opinion, Derek, the man who lost Aston Martin the Constructors' Championship in Brazil in the final round last season, he has now gone to the reigning world champions, Scuderia Ferrari, alongside Lone Wolf. McLaren F1 team is Lilt and Idle North, and then Aston Martin Armler stays at Aston Martin, followed with Lucas alongside. BWT Alpine F1 team, they've got Storm and Kritzy in their car, looking to have a better season than last time. In the Scuderia AlphaTauri, that being Ralphatari and Huopis, pretty good for those guys. And then in the Alfa Romeo, Stinky Pinky stays where he was last season, with Taz Magur being alongside him. And then in the MoneyGram Haas F1 team, it is PRL, Armalafology, and Manos. So that is your lineups heading into this season. But let's see who's in the car, shall we? Red Bull, Mons and Kodoy. In the Scuderia Ferrari, Wolf and the man who bottled it for Aston Martin last season, Derek Prince. Mercedes being Skillet and Fabi. Alpine being Storm and Kritzy. In Haas, only one in there right now, that being Arinos. In the Aston Martins, it's then Lucas and Armalif. In the Armalif will be looking for retribution after last season. In Alfa Romeo, it's Taz Magur and Stinky Pinky. In the McLarens, it is Idle North and Liltz. And then in the AlphaTauri, it is Ralphatari and Huopis. And then in Williams, it is Jimmy Jags and Dom. And of course, We're here in Austria. We're here at the Red Bull Ring, just outside of Spielberg. And we've got short qualifying, followed by 36 laps of racing action to kick off this season. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your predictions in the chat. Put them in the YouTube comments if you're watching on the VOD. And we'll wait and see what we are going to be getting into. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Alexi. We welcome you. I'm from the northwest of England. And we are as here we go. Something to point out here from Derek Prince, lobby host this evening. One thing to point out. Get ready. We're ready up, but read this message. Austria has a somewhat dangerous pit entry. If one is on the pit lane line, it will result in a crash. Have this in mind and be careful when pitting or driving next to someone pitting. Also be careful under the safety car restart, as the pack often comes to a near stop in the last corner. And let's just say turn 1 may become a bit of a bowling alley when we do get into the race. But here we go, short qualifying to get us underway here in Season 4, Round 1 of the Premier Racing League. And for the first time this season, the green light is on in the pit lane. Of course, you're not going to get everybody coming out at once. It is Austria. It's a minus 70-second lap time, sometimes minus 65 seconds. So just over a minute. So you probably won't see. So it's probably, and it also becomes very congested. 10 corners. Turn 1, right-hander, then you head up the hill into the heavy braking zone of Turn 2 or Turn 3, whatever you want to call it. It is technically Turn 3. As here we go, Tasmanga is, yep, there we go. Game did that weird thing for a second, but let's go on board with Tasmanga as we take you around the Austrian circuit. So nice and clean on the pit lane exit, and as long as you don't do a good old Lando Norris and... Is anything damaged? Yeah, still. As here we go, down into Turn 3, heavy braking zone, probably your best overtaking opportunity on this track, or you can hopefully get alongside and then send it around the outside at this corner coming up, Turn 4, of course infamous for a Mercedes deciding it wanted to take a bite at the rear right of a Red Bull and send them into the gravel, aka Alexander Albon. And as an Albon fan, I hated that moment. As we head now down through the double left-handers and then very fast when you're actually on a lap. I just got rickrolled by my brother in the background apparently. So that's fun. As here we go. First ever lap this season in Tier 2. Let's see what we can do here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. It's on, the DRS opens up and we are underway in the first qualifying lap, down into Turn 1, nice and tight, hit the apex, hit the second, lovely jubbly, sound as a pound, past the MotoGP layout, and then up through Turn 2, heading down towards Turn 3, heavy braking zone, and then into the tight right-hander, where you send it through, the Haas moves out of the way, lovely jubbly, as you head down to turn 4 as DRS does open up and your rear wing gives you that extra little bit of speed. Heading now down through the right-hander of turn number 4 and then into turn number 5 before turn number 6 and 7. Of course, if you're brave enough, you can send it around the outside. Or if you're Lewis Hamilton, yes, we know the car's shit, just drive it. As we head now through the section, which for some reason I always seem to struggle with, and it can cause quite a lot of crashes, but into the final 2 corners. Like I said, very quick lap time here at Austria, and as we head around the final corner, it's going to be nice and clean for Tasmanga as we go across the line. He's going to be the first time to set a lap. 1 minute 6.844 as Armleth looking for retribution after last season. 1 minute 4.790. So the Aston Martin already looking strong in the early parts as Jimmy Jags makes his way in between them and up to P2 with Stinky Pinky coming across P5 as Lucas, Armleth's new teammate at Aston Martin, goes into P5. Bit of a distant shot from what we saw at the end of last season, but anything could change as CSR Wolf, the new boy, to Scuderia Ferrari, is in P3. We'll wait and see what can happen there as Dom in the Williams goes into P2. 1 minute 5.012. So, of course, I wasn't able to get used to everybody last season, but we're going to wait and see what can happen here as it seems that the Williams may actually have a decent lineup here. But I'll have to wait till all the qualifying laps comes across the line. No surprise there. Formerly teammates, now 1-2 as Storm goes fastest. 1 minute 4.466 out of nowhere. As we look to see what the McLaren will do of, I don't know, only goes P9. What about Aaron Oster as he goes across the line? P11. Jimmy Jags has got a 5-place grid penalty already in this season. That's not good on your license, lad. As we watch Mons here at the Red Bull Ring, at the home circuit of the team, and he heads across the line, puts it P2. Helmut Marko will absolutely love that. And it's a 1 minute 4.477. Didn't know we had Valtteri Bottas' number in there. As we do continue on, as we look to the rest of the grid, we're going to watch AlphaTauri see what he can do as he continues on around the track to secure his lap time. Of course, it's a very quick lap time, but it's also very easy to invalidate, especially at turn 1 and the final corner. I've seen it happen way too many times on this game. So here we go, on board with AlphaTauri. Only man on an out lap, the man yet set a lap time will be coming onto the lap. As we'll see what he can do. 1 minute 4.466 is the time to beat. As he opens up the DRS as we head down into turn 1. Beautiful apex, beautiful second apex. Opens up the rear wing as we head towards turn number 2 and then up to the heavy braking zone of turn number 3. Heading through the right hander, number 56 on that AlphaTauri. Honestly, that livery is incredibly overhated. But then again, we get a Toro Rosso livery next season. So, you know, I'm not going to complain realistically. As we head now down towards turn number 4. If you're brave enough, you can stick it around the outside here during the race. As long as you don't want to become Alexander Albon and go into the gravel. Heading through the double left-hander though, the 2 AlphaTauris currently last. Hupios yet to set a lap time. AlphaTauri yet to set a lap time also. But he is on a lap and he is looking to get his name on that leaderboard. As we head through the final corner, approaching that 1 minute mark. As we head through the final corner, maybe a little bit of rear end wobble, but opens up the DRS, crosses the line, goes P6. 1 minute 5.014. As who is currently further around the track? We do have Lucas, currently P16 on track. We'll see what he could do in his new British racing green machine. As it's going to be interesting, really. Number 7 on the car. Didn't know we had Kimi Räikkönen, the Iceman, in here. But heck, at least I won't have to listen to the finish anthem anymore. I already had enough of that after 3 races. At least it ain't Dutch, though. At least it ain't Dutch. I probably just jinxed myself, haven't I? Don't mind me, guys. I'm just having a mint, by the way. Up. And he turned into Lando Norris. Okay. No surprise there, Armleth has actually gone fastest again. 1 minute 4.261. So, that's fun. Alright, there we go. I've had my mint now. Well, I say I've had my mint, I've had my few mints. So, AlphaTauri's currently on a lap, as it seems that the other Aston Martin has gone across the line, that being Lucas. Of course, it's only short qualifying, so there will be no eliminations. It's just where you can get on the grid. As AlphaTauri goes across the line, puts it P4, 1 minute 4.597. Lilts goes across the line P5, 1 minute 4.791. That's not too bad for the Mercedes, for the McLaren driver. Perks of being a Northerner. I get my M's mixed up for some reason. As we're currently watching, is actually, hello, Mons. Hello. Easy. Or was that Stinky Pinky? Was that Mons or Stinky Pinky? I think that might be Mons. I'll say that was Mons. I looked away for 1 second. I didn't really pay attention. My apologies. As Hupios is now, that is... Did I just switch to him getting blocked? So, I believe that was Kodoe. Yeah, I believe that was Kodoe. I don't know if he was blocked or any. I don't know if he blocked Hupios or not. So that may or may not be investigated, but we'll have to wait till after the race to find out. So, Hupios the only driver yet set a lap time. He's the only one in the. He's also in the AlphaTauri. What team are we missing? I'm trying to figure out what team driver we're missing. As yeah, here we go. Hupios going for another lap. I don't blame him. Huh. So, it's going to be interesting, really. We'll stay on board with Hupios, because he's the only driver actually yet set a proper lap time, as he definitely got blocked at the end of that lap. At the start of the other lap, I should say. So, wait and see as Lilts goes above AlphaTauri. Yeah, I believe Lilts just went above AlphaTauri into P5 with 1 minute 4.576. That's not too bad for him either. Which, to be fair, I'm looking at the top. Armleth is like 2 tenths ahead. Like, Armleth's like just over 2 tenths. Which, at the Red Bull Ring, is actually quite far. It's actually quite far at the Red Bull Ring. So here we go. Hupios across the line. Puts it P10. Not too bad, actually. Middle of the pack. So... There we go. So, Lilts, I believe he might be on an in-lap, but we'll stick on board him as he's currently the man furthest around the track. As... Why have I got a yellow flag? We got 5 minutes 41 remaining. Yeah, into the pit lane he comes. So, Tasmanga, only driver yet slowest of all so far. He's going to go to the line. Only puts it P17 though, down to P18 as I don't actually know who improved there. My apologies. A CSR Wolf, new in the Scarlet Red Ferrari, going to go across the line and he stays P19. So if you look at it, P12 and P19, it's a fall and grace for Scuderia Ferrari. Which, to be fair, you could make the argument that from last season, that Simon was carrying them. So, is this going to be the season where we see the downfall of Scuderia Ferrari? We'll have to wait and see. As we're currently going to watch Dom Dom. As we head up to turn 3. Nope, it looks like he's saving ERS. Or was that just a game? I have no idea. Anyways, who's going to be next across the line? That's a Haas coming in. Hello, Skillet. You've invalidated. This is what we want. CSR Wolf around the final corner. Looking to improve. He's going to go to the line and stays P19. 1 minute 6.049. This man is not having the best day. This man is not having the best day. To be fair, neither is Derek Prince. So, honestly, looking at him last season, you gotta feel bad for Scuderia Ferrari. One man. Okay, Lopes is on an out lap. Mons is on a lap. He's currently P3. Can he go pole? He's got to find just over 2 temps. For some reason, we got a Mercedes in the middle of the track. Thank God ghosting was on, otherwise that would have been a major incident. As we just got over 3 minutes remaining in this session, that's about 3 laps. That's about 2, maybe 3 lap times. As we go across the line now, on board with the Red Bull, puts it front row P2, 1 minute 4.401. But honestly, if anything, I would want either P1 or P19 in this race. Because turn 1 and turn 3 are going to be carnage. So we'll currently watch Lils. He's on a lap. He's going to use the toe from the Alfa Romeo, actually. That's a smart move by him. As we head up to turn 3. And then through the lovely corner. Okay. Seems like Lil's got Thanos snap for a sec. Oh, not. What about Lucas? Brand new in the Aston Martin. Currently sat P17. His teammates P1. Currently sat P17. His teammates P1. That's fun. Well, here we go. Into the final corner. Lovely jubbly. Sound as a pound. Open up the DRS. Goes across the line. P15. 1 minute 5.152 as Co and CSR Wolf retire. So CSR Wolf will not continue in this session as Tasmanga, the man who is currently last on track, as CSR Wolf has retired from the session as we've got 1 minute 20 remaining in this quali as it starts to become very overcast. The track temperatures will cool, grip levels will drop. So it's going to be interesting now to see how the drivers will react as we... No, Simon. I know, Simon, you got moved up. I don't have to listen to the finish anthem anymore. Like, seriously though, my man. Seriously though, congratulations. Like, you actually deserved that. You made me hear the Finland anthem in my sleep. Yeah. I hate it. But now I might have to play the anthem for the Norwegians. As here we go, Tasmanga going to be going to the line. Across the line it goes. Stage P18 as we got 20 seconds remaining in this qualifying session. As the man who is on pole, Storm looking to improve. The man who's on pole as it stands, Armalev, he's going to be looking to extend his lead. There's an AlphaTauri in the grass, but he is down in his sector 2 and he invalidates as the checkered flag does now fall. Armalev will not improve. Mons will not improve. Storm has started his lap time as we see a Ferrari come across the line. Derek Prince out of nowhere. It's a Norwegian front row as Derek Prince goes on pole position. 1:04.167. He may just revive the Scuderia dream for the Tifosi as Storm going to be coming around the final few corners. What can Lucas do? Is he going to come into the pit lane as we go around the final corner? On board with Storm, looking to get on the front row, but he's only goes P number 3 as Jimmy Jags pulls it into the pit lane. That is qualifying over. And once again, and for the first time this season, we've got a pole sitter. And for the first, and probably what we're going to see for a while, it's a full Norwegian front row. So, like I said, full Norwegian front row. Derek Prince on pole, Armalev P2. Former teammates now turned rivals for different teams. Derek Prince cost Aston Martin the constructors, and now he's in top. It's then Storm, Mons, Jimmy Jag, Stinky Pinky, Lotz, Ralphatari, Skillet, and Kodoi rounds out the top 10. It's then Hoopios, Fabi, Dom, Idle North, Lucas, Arinos, Kritzy and Tasmaga, followed by CSR Wolf. And we'll be back with the race in action after the break. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back from the ad break. And let's see what will happen, shall we? Teammates gone their separate ways. Norwegians on the front row, the rest of the grid behind. Setups will be finalised as we speak. And then the season opener's first lap will be gone in the blink of an eye. But here we go. The fans seeming to do cheering for no reason up there in the paddock club, but I guess that's the way it works. As I just die momentarily, a Simon Barca fan saying that Ferrari dominance continues. Well, the other Ferraris last. So, yeah. Well, here we go. It's to the 5 red lights. Probably will be a bit of carnage. As here we go at Austria. The 5 lights are out. Let's go bowling. And season 4 is underway. Derek Prince gets a decent start. Mons already getting past Storm, but Storm's going for the switchback as he gets past. Right now, though, up top, we get a front row seat to it. As here we go down towards turn number 3. As actually, hey, up, Storm out of nowhere, goes down the inside of Armleth. Mons gets past Stinky Pinky. Oh, it's chaos back here. We indeed did go bowling. I didn't actually mean that, boys. As Lucas gets a 5-second time penalty for a major collision as Derek Prince leads the Austrian Grand Prix. My voice is probably already dying. As, oh, Lucas into the gravel. He's not having the best of times. So, yeah, carnage. It's hard to keep up with, so I do apologise, especially when I'm on my own. As we do continue on, Lotz trying to make his way through the field as we go, as the two, actually, Mercedes, not doing too bad. Mercedes not doing too bad, actually, as Derek Prince gets the fastest lap obviously. So, no surprise there. It looks like it's going to be nice and clear for the rest of this race as it's Derek Prince followed by Mons and Stink Pinky rounds out the podium. However, it may be too early to tell us there's your predicted tyre strategies as Kodoy gets up into the top 10, mediums to hards. If you start on the hards, I'll say hard to mediums. As we see Skillet getting past Fabi, the two Mercedes either battling or due to team orders. And again, Fabi's coming back at him. It may not be team orders as they go around the outside at turn number 4. And it may be team orders as Skillet seems to be dropping back. Are we going to see? Are we going to see a Haas? We're going to see a Haas in Saudi Arabia from Mercedes. Swear down if we do. Anyways. But we continue on. It's nice and clean for the time being. As here we go across the line. Lovely jubbly. Derek Prince still leads. He's going faster, but Mons catching up actually. We're now on lap 3. There's your tyres, there's your terminary for those who for those who like to see it. And of course, DRS is enabled, and this is where it may happen up towards turn 3. However, Mons trying to close down on Derek, but Mons has got to be careful of the people behind him. Stinky Pinky and Storm, they're right on his tail. So it's not like he can escape them that much, especially when they're all getting dragged along. But then again, may be wrong about it. It's down into turn 4 we go. The Red Bull goes ahead, but Derek Prince with a beautiful switchback gets back up into the race lead. As actually, here we go. Stinky Pinky right there. Right behind. As actually, we got a yellow flag behind. Up. And round goes CSR Wolf. It looks like Derek Prince may have to carry Ferrari. As here we go into the final few corners as Stink Pinky is still going to be on the back of Mons as the Ferrari of CSR Wolf does get going again, as you can see on the mini-map on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. As we head through the right-hander and then up towards turn number 2 and 3, it is going to be the Alfa Romeo who's going to chase him down, but the Red Bull seems to have better straight line speed. Gets in the slipstream, gets ahead of the Ferrari by the looks of it, but the Ferrari is not going to give up, and Derek Prince is going to be right there, and he is going to have DRS on the Red Bull. Red Bull versus Ferrari. Throwback to 2012, and throwback to 2012. No. Yep, throwback to 2012 and throwback to the early stages of 2022. It's what you'll love to see with the blue versus red as we head side by side through Sector 2. The Red Bull of Mons finally gets ahead on the exit as we head into Sector 3. So as we do continue on, it is Mons who is going to be there, followed by Derek and Stinky Pinky trying to get in the slipstream. DRS does open up from Stinky Pinky trying to chase down Derek, but the tyres also going to help out Stinky Pinky here as here we go into the slipstream. DRS gets enabled, looking over the rear wing of the Scuderia Ferrari as we do continue on as we head down into turn number 3. As actually we got a battle right there, we've got a battle right behind. Stinky Pinky takes over Derek Prince. Derek Prince takes over Stinky Pinky. Behind them, Ralph Tari and Storm heading wheel to wheel, side by side. As actually back up towards the race lead. Derek making his move down the inside at turn 4. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound. Stinky Pinky looking to take advantage. Mons versus Stinky Pinky, wheel to wheel, side by side, through turn 2. Not through turn 2, through sector 2. As it stays as Mons, he will continue on in P2. Ralph Atari getting past Storm as we head into the final few corners. He's still going to be right there. Thought there may be the front wing clip right there, but no, just about got away with it. As the DRS does open up on these beautiful cars, although they may be a bit thick. But I guess that's what happens. As actually, here we go, Storm and Armaleth battling each other. Armaleth qualifying in P2. You would think he'd be battling his former teammate, but no, he's down here in P5. So Armaleth now having the best times. That is a Haas, who I believe has done Orlando Norris, that being Arinos. As he does get the car going again, as Derek Prince still leads, followed by Mons and Stinky Pinky. But look, if I go to this real quick, the field spread for the top 10 is only 4.1 seconds. So realistically, it's all to play for if one person makes a slip up, as we head now down through the right-handers and left-handers, heading down towards turn number 9 and 10. And it is David Prince who leads on lap 6 of 36 here at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, the home of Niki Lauda. As we do continue on, Derek Prince. Okay, right. Sorry for sounding like really weird, guys. I'm feeling my nose is a bit bunged up, so just putting this out there while I can. I'm a bit bunged up, so apologies if I'm not. If I sound a bit weird. As we do continue on, Derek Prince still leads, but Mons is going to be all over the back of him. But the better acceleration goes to the Scuderia as the DRS will open up. The Orange Army will cheer the Red Bull on as he's going to send it round the outside of turn number 4 and then through to turn number 5. But yet, Derek Prince hanging on with all his... There's actually contact! We didn't see it, but Mons made contact with Stinky Pinky. You didn't get a good view with it. May have caught it in the mirrors, but that's put Mons down to P4. Armaleth's back on the podium. What the fuck? I didn't even see what happened there. I think it was just Stinky Pinky went down the inside thinking there was a gap and it just span around the Red Bull. But here we go, Armaleth trying to get past Stinky Pinky as we... Jesus Christ, he's really chesting track limits. As we head, lovely jubbly, past, and he's got it done before turn 4. And like it was at the start of the race, we got Norwegians P1 and 2. We got Norwegians P1 and 2, but Derek Prince is looking to right the wrongs. He's left Aston Martin after bottling them the championship. Probably got booted out the team by good old Daddy Stroll. And then, yeah. I just realised the 2 Red Bulls aren't doing all that bad, actually. Cody and Mons P5 and 6 respectively. So, the Red Bulls ain't doing too bad. Oh, okay. Anybody think that was commentator's curse? I was just praising the man. And then he gets a free sec. Derek, I know you're watching. I told you I'd curse you. Anyways, as Stinky Pinky gets past Armaleth further back, that is Storm, who retires in the pit lane. As actually we got, Storm's left possession, as actually the AlphaTauri did go off track. That's going to give Skillet the advantage to get past AlphaTauri. As actually, hello, here comes Idle North! Round the outside, go on with the Mercedes. He was really far back, now he's back here, hello. Hello. As Mercedes versus McLaren, up there now. Lewis Hamilton's 2 teams are battling each other. But heck, that's what happens. As actually, Kodoe has actually dropped back further down the field. So I believe he's had a bit of a minor issue. as Stinky Pinky gets a time penalty. He's currently sat P2, so Armless having the time of his life. As here we go, Fabi looking to get the move done on Skillet. 3 DRS zones here. Turn 10 to turn 1, turn 1 to turn 1 to turn 3, and turn 3 to turn 4. You got 3 DRS zones as Armleth gets past Stinky Pinky inside one of them, and he backs up the Alfa Romeo as Armleth will now look to chase down that lead, who does have a 3-second time penalty. As we're here on lap 10 of 36, we're approaching that 1/3 mark of this race as Ralph Attari just not having any luck. As actually, well, I say that, he's just got past Idle North. But, yeah, this is just absolutely all over the place. It's all over the place, that's what I would say. It's all over the place as Mons gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Actually, that is Idle North who's had a nothing. Idle North went off in the double left-hander as actually, so has Tasmanger, who seems to have just spun it round. Tasmanger seems to have just spun it round, so that's a skill issue for him. As Kritzy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's having fun. As Armleth still trying to chase down that gap, which is further ahead. As we look over the rear wing, Stinky Pinky trying to close in, but maybe a bit too far back. Looked for it maybe down the inside, but didn't quite work out. As Ralph Attari takes over Fabi, splitting the two Mercedes once again. So, looks like this may be a battle. As actually 3 wide further back. Kritzy versus Hupos versus Kodio, I should say. Here we go. Kodoi is trying to make his way back up into the point-paying positions as Fabi versus Ralph Attari. Wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side momentarily, but the Mercedes stays ahead of the AlphaTauri, aka Visa Cash Grab, Visa Cash Out, Visa Calculator, Visa, whatever you want to call it, Toro Rosso looking livery, which I'm just going to call it Toro Rosso next season when the new game comes out. Of course, this is an 8-race season. This is round, well, is it 10? In fact, whilst we're here, let me update you on the calendar, shall we? Considering I forgot to do that at the start. And I do apologise. So, let me get... I'm in too many Discord servers. Let me get your calendar up shall we, boys? As I'm going to put it on Stinky Pinky. As, yep, there goes Stinky Pinky on Armleth. As, of course, this is happening while I'm trying to get the Season 4 calendar. So, Season 4 calendar, we will have 10 rounds. Of course, we're here at Austria this week. And then we will go to the Bahrain International Circuit next week. After that, it will be Saudi Arabia. Then after Saudi Arabia, for round 4, it will be a sprint round. And it will be going to the Great British Silverstone Circuit. But after that, we do go to Hungary, followed by Belgium for round 6. Round 7 then takes us outside of Europe to Singapore. And then round 8 is another sprint at the Circuit of the Americas, the good old COTA in USA. Then round 9, the penultimate round, will be Brazil at Interlagos. And then we will have round 10 being the Abu Dhabi finale. As Dom does come into the pit lane, he is going on to a new medium set as Kodoi gets up into the points paying positions, but Hupios is going to have something to say about it as the battle out of turn 3 heading down towards turn number 4. As actually it looks like there was a battle going on right there, but no, we're just going to keep an eye on this one as for the final points paying position. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the leaderboard on the left-hand side as well. This is a bit too much. Not really, but you get what you're given, I guess. As we head through the double left-hander as Lucas gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's not having the best of times either. As we're now just over the 1/3 mark of this Austrian Grand Prix. As we now head towards the front of the field once again. Derek Prince still with a 3.8 second gap. Stinky Pinky followed by Armloff being 0.5 seconds behind. It's then Lilt, Mons, Skillet, Fabi, Kritty, Ralph Terry, and then Hupios with Kodio trying to battle him to get our final points paying position. Of course, Derek Prince will already have 1 point after... He will already have 1 point after the sprint, after the pole, as here we go around the outside. And it's lovely jubbly by Coldeo as he gets up easily. As actually, nope, he pushes them off track. Jimmy Jags takes advantage, and he's up into the points paying position. No idea where he came from, but that's what he does, and that's what he does. That's what he's doing, and that's what he does best. As Mons gets past Skillet further back, that puts him up into P number 05. Then Lilts for behind Armleth, who's still, and David Prince is just opening up the gap. So now you've got to wonder, are the hard tyres the best tyre? As I'm going to expect pit stops around, let's say about lap 17 is when I'd expect pit stops from the front runners. Well, I say that. Cole Doyle comes into the pit lane, most likely for a set of hards. Yes, he does. Fabi gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Cole Doyle does have a 5-sec, which he will now serve as we move back towards the front field, though, wheel to wheel, side by side. The Red Bull surrounded by 2 Mercedes. Didn't know we were back in 2021 as Ralph Attari gets past Jimmy Jags to get up into P9. As here we go, wheel to wheel, side by side. Mons versus Skillet. Did not know we had a good old 2021 battle happening right here. As actually, well, this doesn't happen in real life. We've got an Alpine taking over a Mercedes. And again, the Alpine is the worst car in real life, so that's fun. As we do continue on, it is going to be Armleth, who is still trying to close down on Stinky Pinky. And actually, it may be a call for Stinky, but nope, he has decided to stay out and not take the risk. So does Lils. What about Mons? Mons does take the call. He will take the opportunity, and he will pull his car into the pit lane. So does Fabi, actually. So the 2 Red Bulls pitting 1 lap apart, and onto the hard compound tyre will go Mons, and so will Fabi. So that's what's interesting there, as now I believe Derek Prince and Armleth will be going on to the medium compound. So if Armleth gets a 3-sec, we could have a battle of the Norwegians, or a battle of the Vikings, as I would say it, as, oh, Jesus Christ, I thought it was about to fly past them. As up, we've had an incident just ahead. That is a Haas. That is for Ariados, who is in the middle of the track. As actually you see, oh, yep, there they go. Armleth and Stinky Pinky still battling right there, even through yellow flags. As hey up, look, hey up. Where's he come from? Hello, Lelts. Where you come from, buddy? As Stinky Pinky does stay out. So, yeah, no, Stinky Pinky is staying out. So that is... Then again, I did say lap 17. We're on lap 17. So, I don't know if it's got a 3-sec. Well done, mate. As Coldeo gets a 3-sec again. That's fun. As we do continue on, it's Lilts. Lilts is just currently trying to close down on these 2, but Armleth has just got past Stinky Pinky. And I'd say Stinky Pinky's got a pit. I don't think the mediums are in the right... spots to be used as race tyres as it stands. So, but no, he stays out. But little turn, mate, up. Stays out and gets a 3-sec. Commentators curse. Sorry about that little quiet bit, guys. My dad came into my room. I just had to speak to him real quick. So the way we are going to keep on going, it is David Prince who still leads, as Armleth is still in P2. What has happened to the other Ferrari? It says that he's in the game. Up. Well, somebody just came into the pit lane. That's Lucas. Up, and Stinky Pinky's into the pits finally. Guess bro did I want that commentator's curse. As here we go into the pit lane. Lovely jubbly. Stinky Pinky goes onto the hard compound tyre. Guess that's how some people like it, as some people don't like a soft ting. As Lutz gets past, as he is on the hard, as he pitted earlier, the undercut has worked for Lutz, and it's also worked for Mons actually. Dom is pitted earlier as well onto the mediums. So Stinky Pinky's lost out to Fabi, Dom, Mons and Lutz, as well as Skillet. No, Skillet stayed out. So that's actually one thing I'm thinking about here. The mediums can go about so many laps. I'm just thinking, if the hard runners can get the tyres to about lap 27, could we see the hard runners going onto the soft compound? Stinky Pinky gets passed on. Well, watch Stinky Pinky, because he seems to be the one making moves. It's actually then they're going to say that. Mons, oh no, Mons got a free sec. Back to Stinky Pinky we go. So, well, that's what happens. As Ralph, how the fuck did Ralph Atari go fastest? Where the fuck's that come from? As, yep, Mons gets past Lutz, but Mons goes off track. Lutz takes advantage, and he flies past once again. Hold on, bud. I have no idea what's going on in Tier 1 right now, as Kritzy gets past Kodoe, as we're now going to be approaching that 2/3 mark of the race very, very soon. As we're still going, as A up, Skillet's coming to the pit lane. First hard runner this afternoon to first of the top hard runners to come into the pit lane. He will go on to the mediums. So it's going to open up strategies, especially for Derek Prince and Armleth, as if they stay out longer, they could go onto the soft compound. Pit stop here takes about 15 to 20 seconds. So, yeah, that's what happens as Stinky Pinky gets up into P5. Huh. Huh. Oh, hello. So, mediums for the top runners, I'm guessing. As actually, where's Lutz? Lutz is coming out the final corner. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, as actually Lutz does not have a time penalty. So, Stinky Pinky goes fastest, but Lutz comes out P2. And Armleth is down to P8. Say that, but he is on the mediums. However, why am I lagging? Twitch, are we working? We're working, okay. As we got a car in the gravel. Oh, nope. I love the fact it's not even my stream. It's simply the EA server. Hanks Wolf. I love the way like that just proves that it wasn't even an issue on. I love that. I love that the fact that the stream didn't even finish just proves that it's the EA servers. Right, let's get back in the groove of it, shall we? Do do do. Do 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 do. As hello Aranos. So Monza's got past loads. Hello Stinky Pinky. Gotta love these EA servers. Gotta love these EA servers, eh? Bear with me, guys. I'm just getting the tier 1 stream up. So, okay, right. You know what's funny? Tier 1 had a virtual safety car. We ain't had a single one yet. So, Tier 1, as it does stand, Danny leads, followed by George. And Simon. I'm trying to see if Simon's in that race. Don't believe he is. Okay. Right, I'll keep you guys updated for Tier 1 as we go along. They're on lap 26. We're on lap 24. As George Matt currently is followed by Spurs and Danny. So that's what's happening in that's what's happening over in Tier 1 for you. As we watch David Prince going down into the right-hander. He's got a 6.2 second lead. And not to mention, he's got a 3 sec while the person behind him's got a 6 sec. So that's fun as here we go. Stinky Pinky and Lilt's going to be battling all the way down this second straight and then down, well, technically third, second, whatever you want to call it. As we head down towards turn number 4, the McLaren gets ahead of Stinky Pinky. As bit of a ghosting moment right there. Bit weird, but heck ho. Just the way that we roll. As here we go. It's nice and clear while it's very overcast in Tier 1. As I'm going to keep you guys updated as we go along. And George currently still leads in Tier 1, followed by Spurs and Danny on lap 27. They are about a lap and a half ahead of us, I believe. As actually, major spin. Major spin back, well, half spin by George. He was able to catch it in Tier 1. As we're currently just watching a bit calmer. And so Tier 1 had 20 drivers, 2 have DNF so far, whilst, so realistically, we've all got 18 runners, which ain't too bad. As actually, we're going to look further back, as this seems to be where everything seems to be happening, as Critzy trying to make his way up into the final points paying position, as we're currently on lap 26 of 36 here at the Lead Bowling in Austria. As you can see it right there, the good old bull here at the Red Bowling, looking over the left-hand side as Jimmy Jags gets another 3 second time penalty, I believe. As in Tier 1, Collins goes flying into the wall, but he reset the track. So that's what happened there. As here we go, Armleth getting past Mons as he flies past the Red Bull. The Red Bull definitely ain't got his rings on. As we go into turn number 3. And then head down to turn number 4. Armleth and Lils, the only drivers without time penalties. But for these two to get onto that winning position, they need to. They both need to get it on and get it going as we head through the left-hander and then through the right-hander as it looked like Armleth was going to look for a move on Lilts right there, and we do continue on as I just got a party invite. So one sec guys, I just got an invite from somebody, so I'm just gonna message them on Discord real quick and tell them about that I'm doing this real quick. Right, there we go. Just had to message that guy real quick. I'll get the thing back up, bear with me. As here we go, Lilch trying to chase down Stinky Pinky as Xbox app. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm keeping my eyes on this and this because this guy's somebody who I speak to. There we go. So we're currently continuing. Lilts and Armleth still trying to get past Stinky Pinky. We're on lap 30 of 36. So as up, Lilts getting past Mons. Mons has arrived on the scene. Armleth got past Stinky Pinky. Sorry, I missed that. And now Armleth is going to have to go on a charge. David Prince, as he's still got Stinky Pinky all over the back of him. These are giving me terrible camera angles. There we go. So we got 6 laps remaining of this Austrian Grand Prix. It is Dave. In fact, screw the tyres. Let's get penalties. As Stinky Pinky has a 6 second, but Derek only has a 3 sec, so plus a 12-second gap. So if Armleth or Lilts want to get this race win, they have got to get past Stinky Pinky and then get into a good old position of P2 within 3 seconds. As here we go. Armleth is getting past, but we're on lap 31 of 36. Sorry if I sound dead. My voice is just not feeling the best today. as we do continue on, we'll wait and see what happens between all of these guys, as Armleth is going to try close down the gap. However, I don't think he's going to have enough time, as I am going to go to my thing real quick. There we go. So, I accidentally just whacked my keyboard. So, Armleth still trying to chase down the lead. We're on lap 32 of 36. Tier 1 is on lap 33. Danny leads, followed by Spyrus and George. So, that's what's happening over there. I will keep you guys updated, of course. So, we will wait and see. We will wait and we will see. As we continue on, it is going to be Armleth who will, it looks like he's not going to get it done. We're on lap 32 of 36. David Prince is going to have a major slip up. I'm doing all right, Paige. Thank you very much. Finally happy that we're on half term. As here we go into the final corner, David Prince has got 4 more laps to go, and then he will be winning this opener, and I will owe him £5. I wish I didn't make that bet now. But heck, here we go. Heck, here we go, here we go, here we go. So, David Prince trying to make his way through the field. Well, he's already made his way through the field. It's Armleth who's trying to make his way through, but he's just chilling on that around that 14-minute mark as Skill at XD gets another time penalty. Podium will be Derek, Armleth and Lilts as it currently stands. How was college? Boring. Basically did what you guys did on Tuesday and just continued those booklets for Nicola. Oh yeah, we figured. We figured. Me and Tom figured that. As here we go on lap 34 of 36. So that's fun. As Loach trying to make his way through still. I mean, I know he wouldn't mind doing it behind, as I'm sure he wouldn't mind just sticking behind Stinky Pinky and getting it done per the time penalty. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't blame you for watching Kung Fu Panda 4. But we'll have to wait and see as Lilts now makes his way up the field and through the right-hander. Lilts is trying to... Honestly, if I were Lilts, I'd want to get that done on track position. As Jimmy Jags gets overtaken by Skillet. Hoopios goes off track, gets overtaken by Fabi. Now splitting the two Mercedes. This is fine. This is fine. So, final lap here. So, we'll get back to this one in a sec. Final lap for Tier 1, so I can keep you updated. At the start, Danny leads, followed by Spurus and George. So, that's the way it's going. Spurus makes his way up into the lead, but Danny makes the switch back at turn 3. As actually we got yellow flags behind. That is for a major pile-up between 3 drivers. So, that's their hopes and dreams gone down below. But that's the way it happens. Dom retires from the session very late on. There will not be a safety car as we head on to the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. But here we go, keeping you guys updated as it stands. This is Tier 2, but over in Tier 1, he just needs to keep it clean. And through turn 9, through turn 10, Danny did it. He's done all he needed to do. Danny wins the Tier 1 Austrian Grand Prix. And then we'll get back to this, shall we? As this battle back here, honestly, really doesn't mean much considering time penalties, but it's good to watch anyway. But I guess I might as well get it up. Might as well get it up. So here we go. Derek Prince, the man from Norway. He bottled Aston Martin's championship hopes. at the end of last season by spinning on lap 30 in the Brazilian Grand Prix. That gave it to Scuderia Ferrari. Simon moved up and a spot became available. And it was this man, Derek Prince, who would answer it. And it is going to be one way to get back at the team. We know they didn't, but let's add a little bit of storyline to it. I'll add a bit of storyline to it, okay, guys? Don't cancel me. But here we go. So the man from Norway left Aston Martin, went to Scuderia Ferrari. He coped. He's done everything he needed to do. From pole to the race win, Derek wins the PRL Season 4 Tier 2 Austrian Grand Prix. And he has done it with a 15-second gap. As they come around the final corner, Armleth comes home P2. Lilt will come home P3 by slamming it into the barrier. And that will round out your podium. As then it's Ralph followed by Hupios, 5 and 6 for the AlphaTauri crew. Then it's Fabi and Skillet, P8 and 9 for the Mercedes, surrounded by the Red Bulls as Kodoi rounds out the top 10. No, he won't. He drops down due to time penalties. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. As I don't know, comes around the final corner. The last person to finish. Not too bad for the McLaren driver. As there goes Arinos round the final corner. But Derek Prince, take a bow. You've done everything you needed to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, your finishing order for the PRL Tier 2 Grand Prix goes like this. Derek Prince goes from pole to the race win. And just to add on to that, he gets the fastest lap. That's one way to kick off the new season in the new team with a good old Grand Slam. Then Armleth, who would start P2, finishes P2, front row, 1-2 for the departed teammates, but still Norwegian crew. Then Lutz rounds out the podium. Then Stinky Pinky, AlphaTauri, Hupios, Mons, Fabi, Skiller, and Kritzy rounds out the top 10. It's then Jimmy Jags, Cody, Idonorth, Tasmaga, Wolf, and Arinos as Lucas, Dom, and Storm ended up DNFing. So that is everything that happened in that race. It is a very, very interesting one. And it is going to be quite an interesting season in my opinion. Paige, if you cannot tell, my voice is dead. I usually sound a lot better than this. My voice is... I think I picked up a cold in the rain earlier. I think I picked up something, like, not bad or anything, but I've got a bunged up nose, so that definitely wasn't the best. So, we'll look to improve it on Saturday, tomorrow. But what a drive for this man, Derek Prince. It's gonna be interesting to see what will happen throughout the rest of this season, because it's... Yeah, this man, he cost Aston Martin the championship last season. He cost Aston Martin the constructors last season. Yet now he's gone and won in Scuderia Ferrari, who were their rivals last season. Can't say as much for his teammate, but I can say quite a bit about his former teammate, Armaleth, P2, and it's going to be an interesting one, this rivalry, I would think, because former teammates, one stayed at the team that got cost the championship. The other, that cost them the championship, went to the rival team that won the championship. So, it is going to be quite an interesting form of events that will start to transpire here for the rest of the season. I need to go because honestly I'm cold and I need to get a bath and everything. So I am going to hit a raid. And of course, it's going to be Fee. Why wouldn't it be? She's playing control. Go show her some love. I will be back tomorrow night with some good old ACC consoles action. That'll be at 11 PM UK time. And then we're back at 7 PM on Saturday and Sunday for Virtual Formula 1 at Tier 9 and 8 respectively. But, of course, I do thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to hit a raid, so please do stick around and join. Of course, you get more channel points for it. I know that some people like the channel points. So, yeah. So, of course, as you can probably tell, I am very bunged up. But I'm on half term. We've got lots more commentary coming your way. FOR returns next week. I've been Zalexi. This has been PRL. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.
EA Sports. It's in the game.